Oh, here we go. Hey, can you tell me your name and age, please?
My name's Gene, 26 years old.
Okay, Gene, could you tell my audience, man, you told me you had a problem,
Right.
and it's been bugging you, brother, you know, but can you tell my audience just a little bit about yourself so they can understand the pros and cons of the old Gene now versus the new Gene, and how you really trying to deal with your problems versus how you would deal with them back then, and why you came and asked me and why you doing this?
Alright. And like I said, I'm 26 years old. You know, as a youth, I went through a lot. I graduated high school. So, I mean, with that accomplishment alone, I always felt like it wasn't nothing that I couldn't do. I was never at a disadvantage. Around the age of 18, I just turned to a life of crime. I wasn't thinking about too much of nothing. I had a daughter. She's 5 years old now. And it went from doing stuff for nothing to doing stuff for something. Because by the time I created that lifestyle for myself, I felt like maybe it might have been too late for me. So I was doing little different things to survive and to support my daughter, things that I thought was a good nature, but they weren't. I ended up taking a pretty bad fall. I went down for something I did wrong. I actually committed a robbery. When I got out, my whole demeanor, everything about me changed. You know, from being so dependent in a place like that, you know, wanting to be home, I felt like I had to be independent. I didn't want to go back to jail. So I turned to employment and schooling, education. And it was all working out for me. Everything, you know, I look at it as a blessing from God. And one of those blessings that I thought I had, and which actually was a blessing because he kept me out of trouble, I was employed by Robert Gould. And like I said, they're good people. You know, they have a nice family and things of that nature. Well, what happened with that situation, I worked for this man for approximately 2 months. And I was paid for a month's worth of my time. But for the other month's worth, I wasn't paid.
How was you paid? Was you paid in check, taxes? How was you paid?
I was paid under the table. And, you know, I looked at that as, you know, now that I'm trying to get my life straight and I'm turning to, you know, hire people up in the community, why is it still so hard for people of my age and my background and people that live in my environment? Why is it so hard for us to get ahead, or so hard for us to even get a piece? Not even ahead, a piece. I didn't have no intentions of going to work for this man and not getting paid. I didn't have no intentions of going to work for this man and still having to figure out how I'm going to pay my bills. And that's what it ended up being. Now, like I said, the whole situation for me was a major blessing. It was a learning experience for one, and it kept me out of trouble. But in the end, you know, I went to that to support my daughter in a different manner than I used to. And that's not what it was, though. That ain't what it ended up being. You know, and now I'm stuck in a situation to where I'm almost to the point. I mean, what else is there for me to do? What else is there for us to do? As youth, though, we're really trying to change our lives. What is it for us to do? How are we supposed to feel when we see so-called upstanding citizens of the community and they ask us what's wrong, but a lot of the thing is, you know, it's our elders. And I'm not trying to, you know, push any jabs towards this former employer of mine or anything of that nature, but who am I to trust? And not only that, why are we constantly working and achieving nothing? It's not making no sense, and I don't feel like just as the community as a whole, we're not holding ourselves accountable, and then that's including myself. And I'm not saying I'm a victim in this situation. I don't want no sympathy or nothing, because I'll get up and get it. I will get up and go to work. I don't have a problem with that. That was never the issue, and that was never the issue. I'm willing to do that. But if we're not reaping any reward, how are we supposed to expect anything else from the community?
Hey, when was the last time you was paid by
I was paid
Pastor
last
Gould?
time I was paid was May 14th.
May 14th?
Yeah.
How long did you work there after Mr. Gould paid you?
I worked there for a month after that.
So around June 20-something?
Yeah, the middle of June.
So you worked from May 14th all the way to June with no money?
Correct.
Then give you one check.
Correct.
And so today is July the 18th.
Correct.
So from May 14th, basically, to July 18th, you haven't seen the dime from Robert Gould.
Correct.
And if he would have paid you when he's supposed to pay you, would you still would have been working there?
Correct.
So if none of this would have ever happened, and he'd have stayed and did what he's supposed to do as a man, as a reverend, as a pillar of our community, you'd have still been working right now today. So you wouldn't even be complaining, you wouldn't be voicing, you would just be rolling with it.
Right. I'm not complaining now.
Yeah, I hear you.
I'm employed right now. I'm not complaining now.
I hear you, bro. Not complaining.
Yeah, I'm not complaining at all. Nah.
So you just really...
It's basically a statement.
Yes.
You know, I want to be the voice of, you know, maybe some of us that go through this situation and deal with it differently.
Yes.
You know, for those of us that go back to that life of crime to do what we got to do. But that ain't where it's at, and that's not my focus.
Yeah.
You know, I can study at 9 to 5. I don't have a problem with that.
Yes.
But I'm just asking for the chance.
Yes.
I'm not asking to be used. I'm not asking for, you know, 1,000,001 things. All I'm asking for is give me a chance to display what I can do. That's all I'm asking.
That's what I'm talking about.
I mean, anything else outside of that, it's null or void with me. I mean, I'm 26 years old. I did the earlier half of my life, I don't feel like I did the things that I should do, and now I'm trying to present myself in the light that I can do that. I don't want the community to look at me as a menace. I want the community to look at me as a mentor, help.
Yeah.
You know, somebody that can do something for the community. But all I ask for is that chance, though. You know, like I said, the situation, you know, with my former employer, it weighs heavy on the heart. And a lot of weak-minded people will do a lot of weak-minded stuff. I mean, being faced in that situation, not being able to take care of this and take care of that. You just got to keep your mental capacity. You got to be able to deal with a lot of things. I mean, and that shouldn't be something that you should have to deal with, considering these are upstanding citizens of our community.
That's what I'm talking about. So basically, you said man says he's not complaining, he's keeping it moving, but at the same time, you would want your money though. You do want your money.
Oh
right?
yeah, definitely.
That's what I'm saying.
Definitely, and that, you know, like I said, that it's not like that was ever a part of the situation, but working for this man, I never thought about that though. I never thought about I mean, come payday, you can't get your check. I mean, I never thought about that. Come payday, you can't get your money. I never thought about that.
That's crazy.
That wasn't a part of the equation.
Yes.
So
thank you. That was not part of the equation, not getting paid.
And you know, all I'm asking is, will these upstanding citizens of our community hold themselves accountable? This is what I'm asking. I mean, I hold myself accountable for what I do and what I did in my past.
Man,
it's an eye for an eye, I feel.
That's what I'm talking about.
I mean, when I committed the crimes, you know, I wouldn't pay my debt to society.
Yes. So that's being accountable.
Exactly.
So you saying everybody should be held accountable for their actions, bottom line.
Exactly.
You do dirt, you get dirt.
Exactly.
Bottom line, you roll with that.
Exactly. And I feel like, you know, the community should, I mean, I'm not asking for no sympathy or nothing of that nature, but I just want you to accept this. I mean, just take it in and just think about the situation though. Just put yourself in this situation. Coming from a situation like jail to, you know, feeling like you're doing better for yourself, and then for something like this to happen, that's not really that's not ethical to me. It don't seem like. I mean, it's almost like demoralizing, man. And then I just ask the community to hold themselves accountable.
Right, man.
You know, I'm keeping my head on about the situation and everything. You know, and I came to this man for help, and he told me that he would be able to help me with this situation.
And trust me, I am.
And that's what I want. I just want it to be heard, for real. I mean, this
and it will be.
This is real footage. I mean, this ain't scripted or none of that. This is really what the situation is. This is what the situation is. I'm not out here trying to do anything wrong or nothing of that nature. But I paid my debt to society, and it's like almost like society's in debt with me now. And I don't, you know, this is the community though. This is the community. The community owes me right now for money that I earn.
Yeah.
Money that I earn. Now, however it was dealt with, that wasn't me. I know I got up at 7 o'clock in the morning and left there when I left there.
You just want your just due.
That's all I want.
Anybody want that.
That's all I want.
Anybody would want that.
I mean, I'm not a rebel or nothing of that nature. Nothing of that nature. I don't feel like I'm better than nobody. I don't feel like anybody's better than me. I just want a fair chance, a fair shot, a fair opportunity. I mean, I feel like I've been at a disadvantage for too long, and I'm to blame for that. I made myself I put myself at a disadvantage. But now I'm trying to make it right, and it's not right. Don't seem to be out there. That's not how it's supposed to be. It's almost Omaha, Nebraska. I mean, and part of the problem is a lot of us don't have employment. Where else is it for us to turn to? What else are we supposed to do? I mean, what else is it out there? But like I said, I'm not out here to try to get over. I'm not gonna scheme my way to the top. I know it takes hard work, and I'm ready for it. I just want the chance.
All right, man.
I mean, you know, that's pretty much it about that situation. And I appreciate you for, you know, giving me the interview too.
Right. Hey, what about, you said something about your asbestos license? And can you explain more on that and asbestos and its physical? Because we need to know about these things.
Yeah. With that, with my former employer, that was supposed to be in the second phase of the job. You know, and that was motivation for me staying. A lot of people say, why would you stay there and work for a whole month and not get paid? You know, but to achieve that asbestos license and make more money working for them, I was cool. I was copacetic with that. It wouldn't seem like a problem to me in the beginning. So I went ahead and took my class, and it was covered by them. But like I said, I haven't been back to work. They haven't had any work. But I took that class. I did take that class. I completed the test with a 96%, 50 out of 55 questions. I mean, outside of that, you know, I can't really see myself. How do I not have my license when I completed this class? This is a class that I took and completed. This took 4 days out of my time. 5 days actually. I had to take a physical. I haven't received my license or anything. I mean, like I said, I just want some answers, some honest answers. I mean, I don't want the kind of answers to where it'll lead to confrontations. I don't want the kind of answers to where I leave feeling dumb. And I don't want the kind of answers to where they leave feeling dumb. I just want the honest answers.
I hear you. Honest answers.
I'm not expecting nothing extra from nobody, you know. But this situation will put me in a major bind, a major hole. And what other ways for me to get myself out of it if I'm not being paid from previous employers, you know? Like I said, I got a job now. I'm independent. I stand on my own 2 feet. But I'm still entitled to, that's money that they owe me. I'm still entitled to it, and I want it. I want my money, man. I want the money that they owe me.
I hear you, man. And we're going to conclude this. Good looking out. I got him, and you know I do.